Good morning, YouTube. This week's been fun. It's Saturday. It is 7:22. I'm the first one here. Of course, it's just me and Rachel because it's been that slow. This video is about a guy who says, excuse me, that he does not like me. Let me find paperwork that Rachel dug up. So let me cross out his name. So here's the story. Ready? This is a 2012 Saturn, and we were doing some work for this guy. Let me just scratch out his name. And he told my used car vendor that I've been doing work for 18 years, right? 18 years, thousands of vehicles. But he doesn't like me anymore. And you know what? I care, but then I don't care. And you know why I don't care? Because I'm honest. I don't sugarcoat anything, and I don't roll over. Nissan Rogue, CVT transmission. So when we first started working on this guy's car, he was told, after we fixed his front end, and we could do a clean road test, that he had transmission or axle problems. And axle problems beyond the boots were open. So this story might get a little long, so let me just find the dates. 6/9/22, 6/9/21, 8, and then 11/22. Alright, so here's the story. 13 Nissan Rogue, whatever the crap is, came in on 5/9/22. Air filter, check suspension and axle, so he obviously already knew something was going on, and rotate tires. This was his request. Needs front rear brake pads and rotors. How do the brakes look was one of his questions also. Do a full synthetic oil change. We did the air filter, we did the brakes and rotors. He declined both axles. The boots are torn open. That's on May 9th, 2022. So we told him there was a problem. His next visit on 6/21, 6/21, he decided that he was going to replace both axles, replace rotors from Warpage. He's an Uber and Lyft driver, which we don't normally warranty Uber and Lyft drivers for anything other than one customer who's 100% loyal to me, and that's why we still extend warranties to them. 100% loyal. They come here for tire plugs, light bulbs, wiper blades, everything that we do, and they go nowhere else. That's why they get loyalty from me, because they give me loyalty. Replace front rotors for warp pulsation. No warranty if you return with warped rotors again. Fair enough, right? Balance all 4 tires. I think he bought tires someplace else. Road test note. Tires feel like they're out of balance and shake from the front axles or transmission on acceleration. Brake shaking, steering wheel shaking at 50 miles an hour. So the second visit he was here, after we advised him that your axle boots were open, and he did that you have multiple issues with this car, right? So it's either the axles were causing the transmission to shake on hard acceleration, and not from tire balance. So he paid for the axle replacement, and then we went on to the next date, which is 6/25. He came back with some front end noise. Uber and Lyft driver, remember? We did front control arms, sway bar links, and front struts. Check for noise in the front end rattling. So his complaints are being addressed. Check for noise, front brake pads, front and rear brake pads. So we replaced his brake pads under warranty again, which I shouldn't be, right? So honesty and transparency, okay, and 100% addressing his concerns. Then we don't see him for a while. Excuse me, 11/1. Shutter feels better but not completely gone. Needs to go to a transmission shop. These are my notes. Told this customer to take, after we did the axles, we told him to take the transmission to a shop to see if it's been. The transmission shop stated that they didn't feel anything and to look at it. What did it say? We advised them to take it to the transmission shop because CVT transmissions are known to shudder because of the clutch bands doing this. All right, so when you accelerate, they're not staying in sync and it shudders on top of the axles being bad. So he said it was better. No shit, it's better. I kind of know what I'm doing after the axle replacement. My advice to him was take it to a transmission shop and see if it's something they can do. So at this point, he's here and he's complaining. At that time, the car's here. So, and then we're going back and forth, and it says, take it to a transmission. They said they didn't feel anything. I don't know how they didn't feel anything. And I said, well, what did the transmission shop say? He's like, they didn't feel anything, and they charged me $300. I was like, okay, that's weird. And they don't rebuild transmissions. Well, okay, they replace a CVT transmission. You probably didn't want to hear that it's $6,000 or $5,000, but I'm sure I didn't get the whole story. Here's my notes on the vehicle. The transmission pan was never down, and the trans drain plug does not appear that it has been opened because all the rough scaling around it. No new gasket on pan either, meaning they didn't pull it down. Trans fluid not done either. It's burnt black. Burnt black. So he also says that he took it to Ivan's, which is around the corner from me. Took it to Ivan's, and Ivan says it needs front axles. So the transmission shop says they didn't feel anything, right? And Ivan says it needs axles that I just put in the car. So I said, since now that you're not listening to me, right, because you need a transmission, you know, he's getting pissed off. So our agreement was that since you're an Uber and Lyft driver and your labor warranty is expired, I will gladly replace the axles for free based on your buddy Ivan's diagnostic that it needs axles, which Ivan has no idea that, excuse me, it has a transmission problem. So I tell him it's going to cost him $500 to warranty out his axles. And I don't advise this based on someone else's opinion, right? Transmission shop didn't change the fluid. They didn't pull the pan down. They said they didn't feel a problem. Now Ivan's his favorite mechanic and says that he needs new axles that I just replaced when I already just replaced them with new axles, not reman axles. And we still had a little shake when we were done, which is not coming from the axles. So this is why this guy doesn't like me. So he agrees to pay just the labor. We do the job. I take the car for a ride. It's got the same fucking problem. So we call up. We say, hey, we're all set here. He says, well, how's my car? I said, you still got the same problem. And so now he's pissed. I said, well, we didn't recommend this service to you. We didn't advise you to do this. We already advised you that you have transmission problems, and that's not my problem. You've been advised. You've been told. You were told to go to transmission shop. They told you they don't rebuild CVTs. They obviously told you they only replace them, which was to the tune of $5,000 or $6,000. But then he tells my 18-year account that he doesn't like me. I care and I don't care. You took Ivan's word and it cost you $500 and you don't like me? Well, too bad if you don't like the real when you come to Meineke Cinnamon. We've always addressed your concerns. We've always been transparent. And then now that your favorite shop, Ivan's, stuck $500 up your ass for a misdiagnosis or an underdiagnosis, now you don't like me? All right, let's get started. Thanks for watching.